Hello, welcome back to Lloyd and JD's 2-Minute Topics. I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
Today we talk about Pokemon Go and how it's a complete conspiracy.
Yeah. So the belief, I guess, is that Pokemon Go is a government Psyop conspiracy.
I'm right there with them.
You're right there with them?
It makes sense to me. We've had this talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Clearly, we were there for a few hours. You didn't understand my point at the very beginning, but I think we finally got there.
Yeah.
I think that it has made their jobs very easy. In a sense to where it's one of the most... Not only has it beat Pussy, which we talked about, it beat Tinder, which is fucking craziness.
Yeah.
It beat Twitter.
Yeah.
Blowing my mind. So you've got a lot of people using it. It was funded by a ex-CIA company or a company that ran for CIA or some sorts like that. It was something involved with CIA, has put money towards some of the funding in the beginning stages of Pokemon Go. Obviously, when you buy the app or when you purchase the app, or I think it's free, I'm not sure, but
it is free.
It tells you that, you know, they can use your camera. They got you on GPS.
Yeah, which is...
And people are logged in pretty much all day. So, you know, and they're seeing stuff through the cameras, obviously.
I think, number one, the popularity of the game is going to decrease over time. I mean, it's definitely a big thing right now.
But it has made their lives easier. If it was some sort of conspiracy theory, it was made their life.
I don't believe it's a government psyop in the sense that
I believe everything.
And what we discussed before off camera was that, you know, if the government really wants to track you,
but
the moment that you have a cell phone, you're trackable.
Yeah, and like we've talked about that stuff, you know, can get expensive and they don't want to track fucking everyone at the same time. But all these things that we have, Twitter, Facebook, I thoroughly believe that as much as they do have their purposes in not being conspiracy theories, we all know, even though we live in a fucking, what you would call democracy, it's not really, like they pick what we watch online. They control media, whether you like it or not, and whether people choose to believe that or not. What we see on the news, what we see on the radio, what we hear on the radio, what we are fed every day is controlled by government. If there's really something they don't want put out, they won't put it out. Yeah. Just like you saw, just going to bring this up even though it's not Pokemon Go, just like you saw on the TV when she was talking about Hillary and how Hillary was part of the problem with this whole... the black rights movement that's going on right now about how everyone should be treated equally, blah, blah, blah. And Hillary's moving towards that now. And she was part of the problem in the beginning because she backed certain people that created the problems that we have today. So people kind of spoke out on the news about how she was kind of a hypocrite and they cut the feed. Yeah. They completely cut the feed. And the news were like, oh, we've lost her there, and we carry on. And she hasn't been on the news since. So it just goes to show you how they do control what you hear.
Internet's a little bit more of the Wild West, though, because things do get through. I mean, you've seen things like Egypt where they erupted, where there's been a total media blackout and stuff still gets out.
Being a big conspiracy guy myself, I'm usually one of the first on some of the videos. Some of the better videos, obviously, there's a lot of shit out there that you got to sift through. But they do get taken down, and they get taken down quite quickly. And you do have to go to certain sites to get certain information, and YouTube isn't the best for conspiracy theories because YouTube does catch them and does take them down. Yeah. They are taken down close to immediately. Yeah. And it's the truth. Like, I've had videos sent to me by friends and the link's bad before it even gets to me. Yeah. So there is a control there in the media, and I do think that Facebook, Twitter, Pokemon Go, these types of apps do help them keep polls on people, keep tabs on people, see where people are going, see where people are doing.
Anything that's GPS located is going to do that.
You're very on the government side. You don't seem to think that they have a secret agenda. But I'm one of the people that do. I don't think that they have a nice agenda ever. I don't think that anything that they ever do is for the people. It's for themselves. It's for the money. It's never been about us. We are numbers to them. We are popularity control to them. We are nothing but a bunch of people that inhabit their world and keep their bellies fed. So to me, all of these internet things, all of these Twitter pages, it's just them seeing they can see your Twitter post, they can see your Facebook post, they see every aspect of everyone's life. Yeah. Back in the day, it was hard to catch a criminal because you didn't have all these resources. They really had to use their own resources and use their own people to find out the information that they can now just go on Facebook and find. Yeah. You know, whether I don't have Facebook, I can be found in other people's photos, in other people's Facebook posts. And in that way, you're never hidden anymore. Yeah. And I feel like you're crazy if you think they don't use that information.
Yeah. I don't think it's the government though. And you know, I think the government's a bit of a shill. What I do believe, right? And Pokemon Go's an example of this, is where corporations run things, and they're definitely.
I believe they're merged. The governments, corporations, governments are fronts for corporations, in my opinion. Corporations run the world. Governments pretend to.
Yeah.
And whether or not you want to put them in separate categories, I think they're all in the same fucking bucket.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is there's definitely corporate applications to this. I mean, the game is you go around, you're geocaching, you're trying to find Pikachu.
Yeah, but you're talking about the money again, the marketing scheme, and that's still part of how the app's going to make money. I'm talking about conspiracy theory, about how this 2-minute topic is about the conspiracy. I'm saying that, they'll have all these other things. They're getting money from the marketing. You can pay to have a Pikachu in your fucking shoppers, and people will come to your shoppers just because there's a Pikachu. I get that. But I'm saying that beyond all of that, it's still a way to watch. It's still a way to have control. And that is what our government and that is what these corporations are about. It's about control, about knowing where everyone is at all times, knowing what's on our minds, what we're doing. Everything new that we bring out is a new way to find out what we're doing, a new way to be online all the time, a new way to really have no privacy. Yeah. And you do have a point. They will make tons of money off people being like, oh, hey, I want a Charmander in my fucking store because it's a sought after Pokemon. And people will go to that store. It brings them in. It's a huge marketing campaign. They will make millions of dollars that way because everyone loves fucking Pokemon. Yeah. But I think on the backhand of everything, Twitter, Facebook, everything, I think there's always a government conspiracy there. I think there's always a means to watch and always a means to control. Yeah, there's these other things, but I think there's always that control there.
If that's the case, I think it's an unintentional side effect.
Yeah, and I do, but I think they're raking in on it. And I think they did see, because they were funded by CIA. Yeah. You can look into that. They did take money.
I don't think for one second.
Why would CIA pay for something?
Use it? I'm not saying that the government doesn't use those things or agencies don't use those things, because they are perfect venues. I mean, people put your lives online and all that kind of stuff. You are there all the time. And people can do it. I mean, I do it too. When I meet some people sometimes.
I'm online Facebook right now. I'm not on Facebook, but my phone is online right now. It says I'm online. You can send me a message right now. I'm online. Yeah. So technically, I'm never not on Facebook. Yeah. Which control. They know where I am. You know.
But I'm just saying, even as individuals, you can check out people. You can find out where they work, what they do, what they happen to do, where they like to go eat. I mean, it's pretty simple detective work in that sense. So I'm with you there. I mean, if they want to utilize it for something like that, I'm sure it can be done. Do I think that the government said, we're going to make Pokemon Go and put it out there? No, I think a corporation's done it, and they know that they're going to be able to control. I think
everything starts that way. Yeah. I think, you always see of even projects starting in college where they're creating something so good, and then the army steps in. They're like, oh, we want to buy your product, blah, blah, blah. And I that's the way everything goes. And clearly someone caught onto this idea and knew that it was going to be a vast spread idea, and the CIA backed it. They gave money to it. And the CIA don't back every bloody app that comes out, especially not Pokemon. So, and in a sense, 3 dead bodies have been found since the app's been out. Yeah. So, more than enough crime has been found. People have been getting hit by cars. It's craziness.
It is craziness.
It's absolute craziness. But we've got more topics on that. So I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
Peace.
See ya.